Okay, rotational defense. I will tell you, I am not a fan. Okay, it takes, it really makes your setter work harder if she has to play defense, a lot harder. It does have a purpose. I will show you rotational defense and I'll tell you on the situations that I will have you use it if we can grasp it. Okay? All right. Rotational defense, setter back row. Ball being attacked from here. Middle still comes over to help block. Okay? The setter, instead of staying on the line and being mindful of the line, steps in to take part of the donut. This pin, instead of coming into cover, drops back here for like a super duper angle. This person drops here, and we call it butt crack to corner, crack to corner. And then this person has to come all the way over here. So we are leaving a huge part of the court open. And at our level, most everybody hits straight. It's not super controlled or whatever. In the perimeter, we leave the corners open because that's a harder shot for people to hit with less. Our level is not as accurate or as skilled to get up over a block and hit corner. But if they start hitting, you know, corners, then we would move to perimeter or rotational. I'm just not a fan of leaving all of this open. Really not a fan, because that's where most of the balls go at our league. So that's the shift, the double block, the step in, butt crack to corner, and this person's got line. So you're leaving that much open. So let's go back. Middle is kind of middle attack on rotational and perimeter is the same because there's no time to do anything, so I'm not going to review it. It's if the ball's set here, it's a squish, and a hold. There's no difference. If the hitter's here, there's a difference, right? So on this one, the middle comes over to the pin. Oppo drops for this angle, for the cutty angle. Setter has to go butt crack to corner. Bro steps in to take tips, and pin's got to get all the way over here. So here's the one, besides leaving all of the 6 zone open, why I don't like this. It works if your setter gets here, but if say your setter's here and they hit line, right? Your setter's like, dang it, and got to get all the way up here, okay? Setters run a lot. Middles move a lot. Setters run a lot, especially if we're not having accurate passing. So this is also where we tend to have setters that dip out of defense. They got to come back, and then they got to go all the way up. So it makes it a little too much running. I really am not a fan of that at all. It's okay if the setter takes the ball because look at the bro's like already there. So it's kind of easy that way, but the rest of it is not easy. So that's rotational defense. If the setter is front row in a 5-1, then it's not so bad because you have your right back here and she's not your setter. She doesn't have to release, right? So the setter back row in a rotational system is really rugged. It's a lot of extra work in my opinion. If we get to a point where our setter's front row and this chick loves to hit line, we could go rotational on her because we know she likes to hit line, so we're just going to shove this person over and cover that spot if she's really good and accurate in the corner. So anyway, so everything works the same when setter's front row. You got a middle, you got your setter, you got your right back now, you got your pin, bro, sorry, burping. So middle gets over, pin takes hard, bro takes butt crack to corner, right back steps in, and pin gets to line. That's also a lot of running to do to get to the corners, trust me. And then if you're late getting to the corner and everybody's coming over, then there's chaos here. Okay? And it's the opposite on the other side. So you got your pin in your middle, your setter takes hard, your right back has butt crack to corner, you get your pin here and your bro here. All right? So that's rotational defense. I prefer perimeter, big time. There you go.